Okay, welcome back. I'm going to talk about mindset for a little bit. I'm not going to go into too much detail, I hope. I do have maybe a tendency to ramble on at times, but I'm going to try not to go into too much detail. There's going to be more content about mindset later on throughout the program, but for now, I just want to give you kind of an overview. There are a lot of books out there, a lot of websites, a lot of articles. It can be kind of overwhelming, but I want to kind of distill it to just a few main concepts and topics to kind of focus on. This is maybe one of the deepest subjects I could get into in regards to this program, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys getting started, but I do want you to start to think about it. Big concept. I didn't come up with this. There's a book called Mindset, and by Carol Dweck, and the big concept in that book is a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And while some people in most of their life might be one or the other, a lot of times people might be one or the other in certain areas of their life, like let's say at work. But then they lean towards the other end of the spectrum, or maybe somewhere in between in other areas of their life, such as their health and fitness. So at work, you might have a growth mindset, and growth mindset usually means that you know you're not perfect, but you know you're capable of change, and that when you have struggles, you look at it as a learning experience and an opportunity for growth and an opportunity to make changes and figure out different ways of handling things. Whereas a fixed mindset tends to be, you think this is just the way it is, this is who I am, this is how I'm going to be, this is how life's going to be, and nothing's going to change it. And fixed mindset tends to look at struggles or failures as taking it very personally, and often as a sign to stop trying to change things. So if you attach the outcome to your ego with a fixed mindset, such as, I tried to change my nutrition, but I couldn't follow it, so I'm just, maybe I'm just destined to be overweight and not have healthy eating habits. That's a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is going to say, man, that diet didn't work so good, I didn't like it, or it was really hard, I need to find another one. But I learned some things from this one of what I don't like or what didn't work for me, so now I know when looking for a new one and moving forward, I need to do something differently. That would be more a growth mindset. And so whether you have a growth mindset in other areas of your life or not, that's really what we want to cultivate in this program, is a growth mindset. No matter how brilliant and wise and magical my advice and my guidance might be, at no point am I under the illusion that whatever it is I suggest or tell you to do, that you're just going to immediately apply every single thing I tell you to do and everything's going to go perfect and you're never going to struggle. You're never going to, feel failure. You're never going to regress and backpedal a little bit, things like that. But when you have a growth mindset, you'll take those failures as lessons. You'll take them as opportunities to grow and learn. You'll take them as an opportunity to get stronger, both mentally and physically, as opposed to just kind of attaching that outcome to your ego and saying, well, I must be a bad person, I must be lazy, I must not be good enough, maybe I don't deserve to be in better shape, I don't deserve to have the body I want, I'll never have better habits, I'm just stuck this way, this is just who I am. If you have that fixed mindset, you're going to really have a tough time succeeding with this. I guarantee it. But if you can cultivate over time that growth mindset and really hone that, not only can you have great success with your health and fitness, you can have great success with anything in life. So that's really kind of the main thing we want to focus on. The other thing I'm going to say about mindset, about motivation, about willpower, it's not a black and white thing. It's not the switch is on, the switch is off, something you can just, create and turn on in a snap. It's a skill. It's something you have to practice. It's something you have to build up slowly. If you were learning to play the piano or something, or an instrument, or you were trying to learn a foreign language, it's not something that just happens like that. It's something that you have to struggle through, and you have to slowly build that and get better and better over time through lots of practice. And your mindset is the same way, whether it's learning to meditate or learning to replace bad habits with good habits and be more consistent with those, whether it's learning to kind of analyze your behavior and what the cause of it, like, it's all a skill. It's all something you have to build over time. And I guarantee if you did well in college and then you've gone and done well professionally, whether you realized it or not, you were slowly building up these skills. I really doubt that you jumped into your career and immediately were just some, phenom rock star. Even like, great athletes like Michael Jordan or, Kobe Bryant or, Barry Bonds or I don't know, pick a great athlete, Michael Phelps. They didn't start that way. They had to eventually get there. Or an amazing musician. They didn't start that way. They had to work at it and get there. And so it's the same thing with you and your career. You had to build it up over time. It didn't happen overnight. And while you cultivated successful habits with that, and you can apply some of those principles to what we're doing here, the context and nuance is a little different. The programming, loops in your head are a little different. And you're going to have to slowly take those tools and those building blocks of what's helped you succeed professionally, or maybe with your family. Maybe you're a total rock star as a parent. Taking those principles and those building blocks you did there, it's just going to take a little time to learn how to apply it here. But if you learn the skill of analyzing, why am I so good at my career? Why am I a good parent? How can I take those same things and apply it here? The better you get at analyzing that, and then step by step breaking it down and then starting to apply it and take consistent action, you will get better at applying that to your nutrition, to your workouts, to, maybe it took a while for you to get good at managing your time so that you were taking care of your wife and kids and taking care of your career at the same time. It might have taken a while to get a good balance with that. And now you're just having to, instead of balancing 2 things, now you have to balance 3. And if you also have hobbies, maybe you have to balance 4, maybe you have to balance 5. And it sounds overwhelming, and it can be, but if you approach it with a patient mindset and you're not judgmental about yourself, and you don't attach too much of the outcome to your ego, and take it personally if you struggle with it, you will get better at balancing more things and managing that time-wise. Stress management is a skill. It doesn't just like someday just, boom, my stress is gone, or I magically deal with it. You slowly figure out different ways of coping with your stress better, and the better you can cope with your stress, the better you can manage more things in your life that are kind of challenging and, have their demands of you. So just when it comes to everything in the program, but one of the things I'm going to really emphasize with the mindset stuff is be patient, be accepting and tolerant of yourself. Don't beat up on yourself if you struggle with it, If a friend of yours or a family member had never played piano, they've never done it, they know nothing about it, and they sit down for their first lesson and they're not very good at it, I would hope you're not some kind of monster that would say like, oh, you suck, you should just give up, you're terrible, you'll never be good. You wouldn't say that to someone who it's day one learning something new. So if this is something new for you, then don't say that in your head. Don't tell yourself you suck. Don't tell yourself that you're never going to get this and you're not good at it. And even if it's not day one, just acknowledge and accept and realize that you're just not yet at the level where it's going to be easy and where there's not going to be struggles. That's okay. Wherever you are in that path to get there, that's okay. You know, as long as you're moving forward, even if it's really small steps, as long as you're moving in the right direction, that's progress. And you should give yourself credit for that. And just be patient with yourself. And just really try to focus on going from the fixed mindset of thinking that you're stuck this way or it's a reflection of you as a person if you're having a hard time, to if you're having a hard time, it's an opportunity to learn and it's an opportunity to grow. And if something doesn't work for you, then maybe you just need to practice it longer to get it to work for you, or you just have to find a different way to get to that destination. Okay? So food for thought. We'll go into more detail as the program goes by through different exercises, kind of mental and thought exercises and stuff, and questionnaires and things like that. But for now, just give that some food for thought and how it's going to apply to, you know, your nutrition program and your exercise program and your life in general. And let's hopefully develop a really strong, positive, good mindset. And hopefully it'll help you enjoy this more and have more success. See you in the next video.